Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ball Not Court.
Ladies and gentlemen of the NBA world, I would like to welcome you to the NBA Finals. I want to congratulate the other 14 teams that went through this tourney who made formidable opponents, but now there are only 2 teams that remain from the respective conferences. This is a matchup from the best of the East versus the best from the West, which whoever gets the 4 victories first out of 7 attempts will be crowned as the world champions and a chance to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Let's see who our opponents is, shall we? In the left corner, rocking the orange and blue attire, sporting a 65-31 record, regular season and postseason combined. This team is led by the Brunson Burner, the Big Bodega, and the OG. Let's party like it's 1999 because it's New York forever. Your New York Knicks. And in the right corner, dripped down in silver, black, and white, sporting a 74-26 record. That is a regular season and postseason combined. This team is led by the alien, the king of the castle, and Swiper the Fox. What's the saying? Go, Spurs, go! Your San Antonio Spurs! NBA family, we got a good one. The final showdown. Are you ready? NBA Finals is fin to begin, and we have the Worldweight Championship match, and it is going to go down in New York and San Antonio. Are you ready for this fantastic battle?
Welcome to the Ball Not Court Podcast. Cortez Paul is here. P. Matt to my right, as usual. Good evening, sir.
What up, Maine? It's been a while. May is a busy month, bro. So that's why we haven't really been around. Me and my girlfriend's anniversary month is both of our birthdays, so we're I feel like every week we have something going on. So, and then the Knicks obviously are in the playoffs, so I'm locked in. So I just didn't have time, bro. But we're back, baby. New York is back, baby.
You are a busy man, sir.
We back, baby.
Part like it's 1999, huh?
Woo, boy! I tell you what.
So hey, man,
internet hits different. Internet hits different when the Knicks are irrelevant, bro.
Yeah, it's been a little more prepping your step, pepping your voice. I know a few Knicks fans that I interact with, and you and I can count the cool Knicks fans I know in my hand. Like, I genuinely hope success for you particular 5 Knicks fans. The rest of them.
for the big 5.
Yeah, so the rest of them. But no, I know you was just sitting there waiting for your opponent because the Western Conference Finals went to 7 games, and besides the first game, like the rest of the games was like kind of like lopsided, except for a little bit. There was a little bit of drama in Game 7, but what you make of that series and it going to 7 and yeah, what's your thoughts about that particular series? Everybody thought that series was gonna be pretty good.
I think the biggest takeaway, honestly, bro, is like people really don't like OKC. Like that was what I took away the most, is just like I know like Shams dropped a little bomb and he kind of spoiled SGA MVP and all that, and it put a lot more kind of spotlight on him, but people really hate that team, man. Like, they hate that team. They hate the way that team played. Like, it was just nothing but negative. Like, my team goes and we just blast whoever's in front of us. We have 7, 8, 9 days off, and like the only news I hear now is just like, regardless of how, you know, competitive or not competitive a lot of those games were in the Spurs Thunder series, like a lot of the focus was just how unwatchable the Thunder can be at times, and how it really like dampens kind of the San Antonio Spurs, because like even like I couldn't watch a whole game. Like, I was kind of watching it in and out, because it's just if you have your phone notifications on and it's just like SGA draws foul, so and so, and then you watch it and you see like the amount of calls that he tries to draw that don't get called, and it's just like people are flopping on the ground, people are falling everywhere, people are flailing. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I get it, and like, I mean, it's today's NBA, sure, and they're gonna compare, you know, the way James Harden plays. You know, Jalen Brunson kind of falls down a lot too, but it's different when it's a person with size. Like, SGA is not a little guy, and it's just, you know, when this dude is just on the floor after every shot attempt, bro, like the fact that he has the energy to go 7 games just from his own, just from falling on the floor so many times throughout the game is crazy to me.
Shea, to me, and I hear you with the whole. I feel like you said, there was a lot of noise around OKC and their play style and the whistle, and it just seemed like it felt like to me, Paul, that Oklahoma City, those fans, Oklahoma, that state was the only one rooting for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Like,
it's just so different from last year, because I feel like last year, like, people were kind of behind them. They're like the Cinderella story, this young team, up and coming team. People were kind of rooting for them to win last year, and now they just became the villain so fast, because people are like, I don't like how you play. It's gross.
Yeah, and it's funny how quick that can happen, and trust me, I do think the Spurs now is that story, and potentially next year they're going to be the villains. You can kind of see a little bit the way they was talking about Wemby and the way he left the game, and he did not do an interview and cut his hair, and his PR has been pretty crazy. So it's coming. It is coming for the Spurs that they're going to be villainized too. OKC, I feel like, can be physical with teams, but when you try to match that energy, most teams couldn't do it. Spurs was allowed to do it. And so that's why I felt like a lot of that energy is like, well, Detroit is a physical team. They get a lot of foul calls. Orlando's a physical team. They get a lot of foul calls. OKC is also physical, but they can be play physical. This is good learn. I think for Shea, this is a good learn experience for him, like, because even during the first 2 rounds, he didn't look particularly pretty well playing the game. Looked kind of off. And you see San Antonio ran a lot of zone because they was daring Shea to, well, you know what? If you're going to beat us with the mid-range, go ahead and do it. We know you can get to the rim at will. And it was a lot of falling on the ground when it comes to them and Casey Wallace. And it just seemed like a lot of team would just kind of fall. It was just, yeah. And then also the Chet Holmgren, like, he's been getting murdered on social media. What do you think about the whole Chet story? And there's been a lot of I know we talked about Jaden Duren not showing up. Chet Duren, who's also all NBA 3rd selection, did not show up either in that series. And there's already a lot of linked trade rumors to him. What's your thought about Chet?
Yeah, man. Chet, bro. Oh boy, old Chet. I mean, what is there to say about Chet? Like, I mean,
oh brother, this guy stinks.
I mean, if there was ever a time to give that out, you're supposed to be the number. I mean, obviously, it's unfortunate because I feel like what happened to OKC this year is kind of what propelled them last year. Was they were relatively healthy.
Yeah.
And then at this point in the postseason, AJ Mitchell goes down, who was playing huge. You know what I mean? Jalen Williams played like 3 games the entire postseason. So you're out those guys. So that just puts more pressure on Chet Holmgren, especially going up against Wemby. Like, those guys are linked forever. Like, obviously they played in 18 and under, basketball, and they're always going to be kind of like those two guys. I think the same draft class, like, or a couple years apart, but they're always going to be like those guys that are always linked together. Like, and it's just for Chet had a fear in his eyes. Like he did not want to play basketball, bro. Like we've all seen that kid when like you're playing pickup or you're doing something and like you kind of passing the ball and you just don't want it. Mm-hmm. Like my man just didn't want it, bro. Like there was no aggressiveness in him at all. And like we know, like you can get Wemby in foul trouble. Like he's vulnerable there because he tries to block every shot, and like it's just Chet just did nothing, bro. Like I think he only took 2 shots, in Game 7. I mean, he had 2 fouls. He had the same amount of fouls as he had shot attempts. So you can't have that, brother. Like it's just it sucks because he's due for a long summer, and like this is one of those series and like one of those things. Like some players don't ever recover from that. Like this might just be who Chet Holmgren is, and he might just never be the same guy. Like you know what I mean? Like I mean, obviously he was All NBA third team, but like he might not be All NBA again. Like he might just be ruined. People might have just looked at how you play this guy and what Wemby did to him and what the Spurs did to him and just getting physical with him and just making him uncomfortable. And he might like I don't even know what his trade value would be. I don't think after watching that anyone in the league would want him. Like I think OKC just got to sit on him for a little bit and when a contract time is up, make a decision. But with Jalen Williams not being healthy. And also, like you have to keep him because I mean he is an asset. Like he can rebound, he can score, but like I just don't know what this series did to him mentally. Like to be in Game 7 at home, and you put up that kind of a game it's tough if you're Chet because, like I said, he's gonna have to stay off the TV, stay off the podcast. He's gonna have to watch nothing NBA because his name's gonna be in there, and not for a positive reason.
Yeah, so I was kind of wondering, like, what is the Chet Holmgren experience right now? Like, he was benched in the last minute of the game in Game 7, and that is one of your best players supposedly on the team, and you bench him. So he's in his own head. I don't know what to say about him when it comes to him and the Wemby thing, but Wemby definitely is ready to go when he play against this guy. Do I still think there's a lot of talent in Chet? 100%. My whole projection was, hey, I feel like he can pull a little bit of weight. Maybe he can kind of be more of a KG, but I see no dog in him, at least from this series. So this Sunday, he's got to grow up and learn. He's still got a career ahead of him. And here's the thing about OKC now. OKC is in an interesting position, and I know we kind of going on OKC. We'll move on to the NBA Finals here. OKC is in an interesting position that Golden State was when they lost to Cavs and they went ahead and got Kevin Durant. Giannis Antetokounmpo is available. Do they make a splash and try to get him, pair him with Shea or somebody else? I don't know, but they do got a lot of capital, draft capital. Chet extension going to kick in, J-Dub extension going to kick in, so be interesting to see how that go here. But now overall fun series, man. We can beat OKC another time, dead horse. Let's talk about the winners. We were supposed to talk about the losers at the end, but we'll touch a little bit on the Cavs at the end as well. But hey, the New York Knicks finally know who their opponent is. It's going to be the San Antonio Spurs. So how they got here, the San Antonio Spurs in the first round beat the Portland Trail Blazers 4-1. The second round, they advanced against the Minnesota Timberwolves in 4-2. And then they just beat the Thunder 4-3. The New York Knicks got here. They was 4-2 against the Atlanta Hawks. They was 4-0 against the Philadelphia 76ers, and they're 4-0 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So New York has been steamrolling opponents and made their way, and they've just been getting a lot of rest. The way that the Knicks play, Paul can allude to this, they're a little bit physical, so they probably need to extend their break to get some of their guys rested up. I know OG had a couple of Knicks there, so maybe he need this rest, and it's probably a good thing for the Knicks. But Paul, let's get into the series. What's your first initial thoughts about this? This is the rematch of the Emirates NBA Cup, but you guys won. Didn't hang up the banner. Now you get to play for the same team for the real thing.
I'll do you one better, bud. Okay. 1999 was the last time the New York Knicks were in the NBA Finals. 1999, their opponent was the San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio Spurs beat the New York Knicks back in 1999. So we got 27-year get back. We getting our lick back. The world works in mysterious ways, bro. The world works in mysterious ways. It was just waiting for itself to line up for some reason. New York teams have weird luck with stuff like this. Obviously, being a New York Giants fan, we beat the undefeated Patriots in the Super Bowl. So we kind of have these historic, history-breaking things. Obviously, if Wembanyama and the Spurs team wins the finals, that'd be just crazy. But the Spurs have played a lot of basketball over the past month. The Knicks have not. Now, depending on how you look at it, but having to play Minnesota and then play OKC, that's pretty physical, back-to-back series. Obviously, Wemby had gotten ejected versus Minnesota for throwing an elbow. There's some stuff that happened, and then also just the grueling nature of that OKC series of the officiating and the physicality, and then there were some hard fouls. Alex Caruso's pretty pesty, and Hardenstein's a big body, but it's just the fact that the Knicks are about to be on 8 or 9 days off from their last game, and literally the Thunder or the Spurs played 2 days ago. So they're gonna have about 4 days rest versus about 9. I guess 3 days rest. But they played Saturday night, right? Sunday, Saturday night. They played Saturday, so they got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So they got 3 days off. The benefit is they get to go home, so they left OKC and they're just chilling in San Antonio. Knicks have just been chilling, watching film, and waiting to see who their opponent is. Obviously, the rest is great, and the way they're playing, the chemistry is crazy. Yeah, I think we're number one in defensive efficiency and points per possession. We're top 3 in overall defense for the postseason. So as you look at the win differential, and it's just we're blowing teams out and we're putting up points, but our defense has been locked down. And mind you, maybe our road here wasn't as challenging. You know what I mean? We had a little scare in Atlanta, but since then we kind of rided it out. And then, I think getting into the Eastern Conference Finals, Cleveland was who we thought they were. James Harden wasn't going to show up, and Donovan Mitchell was going to have to carry the load, and you were just kind of okay with that. And if you got up on them big, they were just going to fold and just give up, and that's what happened. We've kind of talked about Cleveland a lot. And I know you've dealt with them in the playoffs with Orlando. They don't like to be thrown around. They're not a very physical team. It's just my only concern is that we just haven't played a lot. Now that could be we're really fresh. I don't know. I know Mitchell Robinson got a broken pinky, so he's going to be out. So that's going to be tough.
I thought he's going to play. Well, they say he's going to kind of.
He's going to try, yeah, but I don't know how well that's going to be. You know what I mean? I don't know. He might try to play, and it could go awry early. Who knows? Mm-hmm. I know if I'm him, I'm taping that pinky to everything I have available, and I'm not missing the NBA Finals.
No, 100%.
You know what I mean?
He needs to do it.
But it's just the fact of where Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, and the Knicks kind of unlocked this center guard in Karl Anthony Towns, where just dribble handoff him to the top of the key, let him kind of make plays. People, it opens up OG and McHale, who are big cutters to the rim. And then just the length that we have defensively. Remember, we essentially built this team to beat the Celtics. Strong perimeter defense, strong rebounding. So people talk about the Spurs made a lot of threes against OKC. Aside from Lou Dort and maybe Alex Caruso, I don't think OKC is as good of a perimeter defending team as the Knicks are, especially with the length. Now, the Spurs are a lot of guards. They're very guard heavy. De'Aaron Fox, Devin Vassell, he plays small forward. He's not very tall. You got Stephon Castle. So you have these guys and our length in OG, Josh Hart, and Mikal Bridges. I think are huge in that aspect because they're gonna have to shoot over guys. That's kind of the difference. You're gonna have to shoot over guys. I mean, the only concern I have is Victor Wembanyama because we saw what he did to the Knicks, on Christmas, in the NBA Cup. Like, and he's only gotten better, and his ability to shoot the ball has improved tremendously. Also, like he's pulling up from the logo. Like, I mean, he is just. It's the only good thing I've ever seen. Like, honestly, like that's really the only thing that terrifies me is just this 7'5" monster that can literally stretch the floor 35, 40 feet from the basket. And Karl-Anthony Towns tends to get in foul trouble by himself. And I just feel like Wemby can really put him in a blender and probably get him in foul trouble. And then if Mitch isn't 100%, that might be our only weak point is at the 5, just trying to handle Wemby. But like the Spurs also, they do a good job with Wemby. Like they sub him out. Like they do a really good job of managing his minutes for being like a superstar. Like he comes out, he plays nice little like 5-6 minute spurts and then comes out. Like I'm not worried about Luke Cornett. I know he had a big block in Game 7 versus OKC. But like I'm not really worried about that part. It's really just Wemby and like the way our defense is playing, the Spurs are very vulnerable to getting turnovers. Like they turn Stephon Castle throws the ball over a lot. Mm-hmm. So I think if the Knicks can force turnovers and get out into transition, I think it kind of plays right into our game. So like aside from Victor Wembanyama, everything I've seen from the Spurs kind of plays into like what the Knicks are selling at right now. And like it honestly, I'd rather have played San Antonio than OKC just because
I agree with that.
Of what Shea can do and how he can kind of slow a game down with the half court. I think the Spurs can play at such a tempo sometimes, and they want to play so fast that they can turn the ball over, and it can just allow the Knicks to break out. So, like, I think it's an overall better matchup. Like, I did not want OKC at all. I think it's just a scarier matchup. So, I think we got the younger team, the more unproven team. And yeah, man, like I'm just ready for Wednesday.
I know you are. Nah, man, I was telling a lot of people too, the few Knicks fans that I'm cool with, I said, hey, I like this matchup for y'all better against the Thunder. Just the fact that, SGA can slow the game, like you said, slow the game down, get to the free throw line, then they get back up and set their defense. Their defense is really elite. Rotate. I know you mentioned about the defenders and stuff, but their team defense is really good for the most part. Then I try to look at when I see the matchup and how the Thunder was being guarded by the Spurs, you can't do that the same way against the Knicks. Bronson is a way better shooter than SGA. He's more of a threat out there on the perimeter. Cat can go ahead and drag you out of the perimeter, and then if you want to go ahead and actually guard in front of the top of the key, he knows he finds ways to get to the paint. He drives very well for his size. So he's definitely a threat from the 3-point line. And if you up on him close, he's going to go drop past you. So Wemby's going to have to spread the floor. So Wemby is not going to be camping in the paint like he did against the Thunder because they was playing zone a lot. They was playing zone a lot against the Spurs. So that allowed Wemby to sit back and recover and be able to cover the paint. Chet, if he would have stepped up to the talent that we know that he has, but he was scared for some odd reason, could have did something that, I envision what Knicks are going to do with Cat. Cat is going to be able to spread the floor. These defenders, OG, Mikal Bridges is a really good defender as well. Josh Hart, it's going to be just like Alex Caruso in this series, just kind of do it all. Can hit the shot. It's going to be physical. Do the little things just like Caruso. So that's pretty much going to be similar to the Spurs seen. To me, I think the success for the Knicks is going to be, the rest, their legs. So they're going to be able to make some shots because of the rest. You get the rest and you get these shots here and you be able to spread them out. Then you have the Spurs scrambling a little bit and can be able to go ahead and actually attack them. Their recovery speed, the Spurs is fantastic. The Spurs defense is fantastic. We just hired a coach who is going to be the Orlando Magic, who is their mastermind behind their switching defense. So Sean Sweeney has been an engineer for that team as far as defensively. Wemby was literally quoted saying, like, what does he mean to y'all defense? And he literally said everything. So this was a team that was 25th last year defensively. So now Spurs is a top 3 team defensively. So Brunson has got to deal with some size. I know in the NBA Cup, the year before, he dropped 61 on him. I believe he dropped 61 on him. But in the NBA Cup, he did score a lot, but it took a lot of shots for him to get him points. So I wonder how that's going to, over a 7-game series, get that length. Is he going to be wearing down? So the rest is a good thing for your Knicks, that they have time to go ahead and actually get some rest, get the legs under them, because I expect this series to be a long series. I do expect it to be a chess match between these two and go from there. Paul, I was going to ask you, who is your S factor for both of the teams? And start with the Knicks, or no, start with the Spurs and then go with your Knicks. Who's the S factor for each teams?
I think this is one of those things where it might be 2 guys, but you're going to need Stephon Castle and De'Aaron Fox. I know De'Aaron Fox hasn't been 100% healthy for them, but they got to put pressure on Jalen Brunson on the defensive side. Like, you got to make him play defense. That's really going to be the one spot you can try to exploit, because he's not our best defender. So you have to probably try to go at him as much as you can, whether that's creating mismatches in the pick and roll, just one-on-one. But like De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle, whoever the point guard is at the time, probably have to be just super aggressive and just try to just get at Brunson's chest. I know Brunson's good at taking offensive fouls, but I mean, if you can get him moving and you can get him on the perimeter and you can try to get to the basket, that's probably your best shot. Just because he's not, the type of defender that OG or Bridges or even Josh Hart can be in the other 3 positions. So it's like, if you're a Spurs guard, you're just going at Brunson, trying to get him in foul trouble, get him off the court. You rather deal with Jose Alvarado. You know what I mean? So I would say, if I'm the Spurs, I mean, Fox and Castle got it. And like, Castle played incredible in this series. Like, he had some turnover problems. But again, he's a young player. But he can definitely get to the rim. He's explosive. And when he gets rolling, when he starts getting to the rim and his 3-point shot opens up a little bit, it can get a little scary. So if I'm him, like I said, I'm every opportunity I have, anytime I see Brunson on an island, you gotta go at JB. I hate to say it, but he's our probably weakest link defensively.
Yeah. No, that's fair. My S factors, I'm going to go, at least for the Knicks, I'm going to go Miles McBride. I think his minutes going to be important when Jalen Brunson get the rest. You guys still have that scoring punch coming off the bench. Make sure he is effective. I know he been one of y'all story players that's been helping y'all on this run here. Big integral part of what y'all do. Know y'all guys love Deuce out there. So he can go ahead and contribute that way. And the non-Jalen Brunson minutes going to be huge. We know he's going to get a lot of minutes this series. So Miles McBride's going to have his minutes as well, too. So I just want to see him be productive with those minutes. Like I said, you come in here and you see that this is a guy who's been, during the playoffs at least, he's been having a good series, averaging 12.9 points a game. So he's been really solid and very solid in the postseason. What was it? One game he hit like 5 or 6 threes. You can tell me this. I know he hit.
It was against Philly. Yeah, he started because OG was out, and man just came out and hit like 7 threes, bro. It was just nuts.
Yeah, he went stupid, man.
You gotta love the fire starter. Like, love a guy like that. Like, you could tell right away when the game starts if they start trying to get him shots, and he knocks the first couple down. Like, it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah. For the Spurs, Dylan Harper, who does not play like a rookie at all.
What a fucking rookie that guy is, huh?
I mean, it's crazy that after they acquired De'Aaron Fox, like how quick he has been expendable, because how quickly the progression of Dylan Harper is being shown. I know when De'Aaron Fox was out with the injury, he started 2 games and was very effective in those 2 games. Guys averaged 13 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. this guy's pretty much gonna come off the bench as well too, be an important player. Really gonna have to mirror what I'm looking for, just to score punches off the bench when he's come off the bench, and he's going to keep it going. Sky's the limit for this kid, man. Like Ron Harper, your son can play some damn good basketball. So those are my two S factors that I see in this game here. Your New York Knicks, man. What are you thinking that for you to say, okay, the Knicks has won the NBA title? What have they done well in this series to do that? If at the end of it, that you'll be like, you know what, this is what they really did well, what they need to do, and then you're like, man, Paul, like they did that very well.
I think it's just keep playing the defense that we're playing. Like our defense throughout the postseason has just been lights out, and I think if we can continue to play defense this way and allow the defense to give us our offense and not try to just outscore teams. I think it's just one of those where, everything is kind of fallen into place a little bit. Like people criticize the Mikal Bridges move, people criticize all these different things, but we got those guys for a particular reason, and it was to make deep playoff runs and predicate yourself on defense. And obviously there was times this season where our defense was atrocious. But it locked in towards the end of the year, and it's carried us through the postseason. And that's why you get a Mikal Bridges. That's why you get an OG Anunoby. You get these guys that are going to get you easy 15 a night, sometimes more. But they're going to essentially lock down whoever they're guarding on the other end. And to have two of them at the wing position, we gave Maxey fits. We gave Harden and Donovan Mitchell fits. Like Mitchell might have scored some points, but he had to earn every single one of them. You know what I mean? So it's just our defense. Brunson aside, people are going to look at Jalen Brunson and he's going to get his. But I think it's just for him just to go out and be our captain and manage the game. He's not going to get 30 every night. He might have games like he did against Cleveland where he was having 16, 18 points, but double-digit assists. Mm-hmm. But it's going to come down to just the team we've constructed and the way that they play together, and the way that Mike Brown has really just coached his ass off with this team compared to how they've been the last few years. Of just at this point last year, we would have been completely broken, falling apart because the heavy usage and the minutes and everything that kind of Tom Thibodeau did for us. But the way that he managed the last few weeks of the season, kind of letting guys play, lengthening out the rotation, the way he's used guys, and obviously it helps when you win a lot of games by 20 plus points. So you're sitting a lot of your guys and you're doing different things. But he's not scared to go to the bench, man. Like we're just Alvarado was a huge pickup, great defensive pickup. So like you see a lot of our moves were defensive moves, mm-hmm. And it's just if we're gonna win the NBA Finals, it's gonna be defense. We're gonna win with defense. We're gonna lead with defense, and it's gonna bring us back to the whole defense wins championships. I know the Spurs have a really good defense, so one of these defenses got to give a little bit. So, at the end of the day, it might come down to who has the better offense, but I just think the Knicks are just built for this time right now. Like they've got they got a taste of it last year, and injuries happen, and they just had the luck of the draw, and they've managed to stay healthy, and they're in a really good spot. And you're up against a young team who hasn't been there before. I don't know, man. It just feels different to me, and it just feels like everything's kind of aligning the Knicks way. And I know I'm supposed to say that as like an optimistic Knicks fan, but like I don't know, man. It just feels like this is real. And like I've told my friends at work, I told my mom, like I got to watch the New York Giants win 2 Super Bowls in my life. I might never see another one. Fine. I'm a Mets fan. I don't really follow baseball like that. They won in '86, the year before I was born. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. They made a couple World Series in my life. That was fun, cool. But like, brother, if the Knicks win an NBA title, bro, I could die the next day and my life would be fulfilled, bro. Until the day comes where I have a kid and my girlfriend hands me that baby, this may be the happiest time of my life.
There you go, man. Let me throw something at you because I went on NBA.com kind of read on some nice stats that's going to make you kind of smile a little bit here. So the point differential, you said almost 20 points a game. Definitely is close. 19.4 points per game. They have a 271 plus point differential through 14 games, which is the highest point differential in any team entering the NBA Finals. Before the Knicks, the top 5 point differential team that include the NBA champion 2017-2017 Warriors, 1987 Lakers, 1985 Lakers, 2016 Cavaliers, and 2017 Cavaliers. All 5 of those teams went on to win the NBA title. So that stat does bodes well for you guys. And I think that the fact that you guys have got rest, and I know everybody like, oh, rest is you get out of rhythm and stuff like this. NBA Final, well, guess what? The scheduled NBA Final, if it goes to 7 games, this stretch already out to June 3rd to June 19th. Trust me. You know what bothered me about NBA Finals, and you can agree with this, Paul, because I'm pretty sure you remember Knicks back in 1999. Just the gap to get through those games. Like, for example, let's say, okay, you guys got 2 games on the road. You have 3 days in between until game 3 to get back to New York. And just imagine if y'all still won over there, the anticipation for y'all to wait 3 freaking days, bro. But like the scheduling for the NBA Finals is just nuts, dude.
Well, also too, I remember too in '99, I think it was a shortened season. It wasn't even a full season back in 1999. Yeah. I think it was like the strike season or whatever with the CBA, and it was a shortened season when the Knicks made it. So it's like, and they didn't have all the, all the lucrative TV deals and all this stuff they got now. Like I feel like almost every other day there was basketball on. They were just fucking traveling. They didn't give shit. Mm-hmm. They just wanted to get the season over with. Fuck it. But like now, with ad revenue and everything else, bro, like it's gonna take fucking. If this goes 7 games, bro, it's gonna take 2.5 weeks. Man, they're gonna just stretch this bitch out. Fuck it, it's gonna end and summer league's gonna start.
Hey, question: did you get chills when you see the picture? And I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit you when you actually see it, because now this is the year they brought back having the Larry O'Brien sticker trophy. The decal's gonna be on the court now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when they did for the Magic, man, I lost I'm glad they brought it back. How do you feel seeing that, man? I know that's a beautiful.
That court looks good, bro. Those courts look good. Those courts look good.
Please don't ever take that away. Still, the one thing you did right for the NBA season, don't take that away.
Yeah, man. It's almost sad to think that like it's almost over, Obviously, like if this goes my way, y'all are going to hear about it for months.
No, celebrate.
Maybe years. Who knows? I don't know. Whatever part of New York is left standing after it's over. Who knows?
All right, awesome.
It's fucking nuts, bro.
Let me get this into you here, because I know this means a lot to you. Trust me. I've been to the NBA Finals, my team, and it's been a long time back when I was in my 20s, so I know how that feel to get there. I'm pretty sure the emotions is all stirring up. So I'm going to let you have the floor here. Prep talk your team. Say what you got to say to them. I know this means a lot to you. So go ahead and prep talk your Knicks, man, and see can you power through to you guys. Give you the floor.
I mean, there's not much left to say, man. Like you see New York. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to keep the noise out. Like I know like you guys have had a lot of time to spend in New York, and the noise has to be crazy. They're painting street signs and subways and all this stuff, and like just know like they're proud. They were proud of you guys when you guys stunk. They were riding with y'all through your worst of times, just for times like these when we get to ride with y'all to the promised land, bro. We want to be there with you. We want to find all the Jalen Brunson haters. We want to go egg Becky Hammond's house. We want to go slash Draymond Green's tires. All these guys that doubted Jalen Brunson and just constantly just, criticize the acquisitions and the moves that we made. And I'll be the first to tell you, I was kind of upset when the Tom Thibodeau go, but then they hired Mike Brown. Mike Brown's a phenomenal coach, and it's just, Coach Brown, man, if you could bring a championship to New York, brother, boy, I tell you what, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be like Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, but for like 8 months. Like, I feel bad for the NYPD. I feel bad for all the bodega owners out there. But it's going to be a great opportunity for y'all to sell some bootleg T-shirts. And sales of Black Air Force One's going to go through the roof.
Tim's.
It's going to be a Timberland summer. And, you know what I mean? It's just going to be a fucking just a whole lot of, I don't know, man. Like, my like, if we win the NBA Finals, bro, I'm going to have to make a trip up just to experience the atmosphere. Even if it's just for a day. I want to just get off a plane and just take it all in and then just come home. I don't care. But I want to just show up. And, you know, I had my dad went and got me a bunch of the Eastern Conference Championship merch. She shipped it down here. It'll be here in a few days, hopefully before game 1. I'm wearing this stupid ass chain. Fuck, man. It's a time to be alive, bro. Like, I'm almost 40 years old, dude. You know what I'm saying? I just turned 39 10 days ago, and 1999 was a long fucking time ago. And I wasn't, you know what I mean? I didn't appreciate it back then, and just going through it and just seeing, you know, what people go through and what Knicks fans have gone through, and just, you know, having to just suck it up and just ride with your team. You know, we could have jumped ship a long time ago and just picked somebody else, but we didn't. And you have the opportunity just to make New York. It's already the greatest city. It's already the greatest city on earth, but you have a chance to make it. Just y'all don't want to give New York a championship.
Hey, man.
Of all the teams to let win a championship, like, you don't want the Knicks to get one, bro. I'm telling you. Telling you. Instagram, everything, TikTok, it's about to get fucking busted.
The thing I respect about, and that's, even though, and I told you, the cool Knicks fans, I can count my hands about 5. Like, the rest of them are just obnoxious and loud and all that. But the one thing I do admire, man, y'all stick with y'all team, man. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. Could have switched, didn't switch. You get rewarded here. You get to the NBA Finals. So I'm pretty sure, man, you're through the roof right now, man. So really, congratulations to you guys here, and I'm looking forward to a fun NBA Finals here and see how y'all guys gonna show out, man. So,
yeah, bro. All right, I'll be the first one. If we win the NBA Finals, I'm not a loud person. I would be loud, boy.
No, be loud. You should.
I ordered a bottle of I don't know if it'll be here by the Finals, probably not, but somewhere in New York did a New York Knicks edition Maker's Mark. So it's in a Maker's Mark bottle, but instead of being red, it's orange, and it has the Knicks logo on it.
Test me that, because I tried to send that. I told my friend that you had posted a picture, and I couldn't find it.
I got the link. You can order it. Hopefully it'll be here by the Finals, but boy, I will get. I'm
gonna send it to him.
Blacked out, brother.
Yes, he was asking. I said, "Yo, it's my friend who I do the podcast with. He literally just ordered a bottle. I can't remember what it was. So yeah, I'll make sure you test that.
Yeah, it's a New York Knicks Maker's Mark.
Yeah. So I'm actually in a Knicks chat that few of the guys are Knicks fans, but the rest of us are Magic fans. So it's always like friendly banter going back and forth. So we're really happy. I might just drink fucking Hennessy out of a Timberland boot. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. There it is. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the picks here. I'm gonna go first, and your team is in here. Like I said, I've been reading on NBA.com and seeing some cool statistics and stuff like that. So I just want to reference these before I make my picks. So, reaching the finals as the number 3 seed, which the Knicks has done. Only 2 teams in NBA history have won a championship while seated below the top 3. So that's the Celtics and the Rockets. A number 3 seed team that had reached the finals 10.7% of the time have won a championship. 14.3% of the time. However, recent history has seen a higher level of success for number 3 seeds. So this is similar to 6 of the last 7 number 3 seeds reaching NBA Finals going to win the title. The 2002, 22 Warriors, 21 Bucks, 11 Mavs, 7 Spurs, 2004 Pistons, and the 2002 Lakers. The only exception, this breaks my heart, was the Orlando Magic in 2009. who lost to the number 1 seed Lakers. And who knows how that would have went if certain calls would have went our way and Jameer was healthy, but that's another story for another day. The Knicks are also shooting lights out. As Paul mentioned, the offense is on a whole nother level. They're pretty much coming into the lead. They have their field goal percentage is at 59.2, which is crazy. So only 9 final teams have ever posted that 55% or higher. And then 6 of those teams actually went on to win the NBA championship. Just throwing all these stats out here because it seemed like all this stuff is kind of leaning towards the Knicks to actually win the title. I was sitting there thinking like, okay, they do match up well with the Spurs. I didn't feel confident against y'all against the Thunder, but there's a chance for y'all to beat them. There is. I feel like the Spurs are here early, and that's not a bad thing. And I think if they win it, that'd be fantastic for their young core because Wemby is get to the NBA Finals in year 3, which is stupid for this guy. But I just feel like what the Knicks are doing is on a historic run here. And I just feel like this is their time, man. I feel like they can win in 7 games here. It's going to go the distance. I think it's going to go there. It's going to be a fantastic series. I just think from the point how I just see the Spurs playing, I feel like Wemby's going to get his. Stay home on the rest of the teams and just let Wemby score and get tired that way. And then guess what? Guess you still got to go on the other end and guard Cat. You got to go out there and switch a lot because Brunson's going to put people on the island and go from there. So, yeah, man, I think the Knicks going to have a chance to win this in 7. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel like the Knicks are going to win in 7. I was literally having a discussion with one of my buddies last night. I feel like, hey, to me, it's going to be either Knicks in 7 or Spurs in 6. But I'm leaning towards the Knicks because of the rest. And if they go ahead and get games 1 and game 2, yeah, I just feel like that's a lot for a young team. So it's going to be the growing pains of a young team going to that environment. You already know that Garden's going to be jumping when they get to game 3. Spurs environment's been fantastic, been great. Spurs is just an elite class that Wemby's going to get back here plenty of times. I just feel like you said, man, it just seemed like the stars are just lying for the Knicks to win this thing. So, yeah, I'm going with the Knicks in 7, bro.
Real quick before I make my pick, to kind of piggyback on what you said the Spurs have kind of peaked early. Like no one expected them to be here this fast. And I was talking to people about that, and it does kind of put more pressure on the Knicks because like if the Spurs lose, no one thought they'd be here anyways. Like they overachieved. You know what I mean? Like they're peaking at a time where we thought they'd need a couple more years. Like we know how good Wemby is. So at the end of the day, it's like if you lose, it's like, oh man, the fucking Spurs with Victor Wembanyama and Stephon Castle and these guys and made it to the NBA Finals. They went through OKC. They went through Minnesota. I'm going to tell you all this stuff about the road they had to get there as such a young team that if they lost the NBA Finals, it's like they're primed and set up potentially to do that for the next 5 years. But if like the Knicks lose the NBA Finals, like this whole season's a failure. Like they can't lose the NBA Finals. If the Knicks lose the Finals, all this was for nothing. All the records, the beatdowns, the blowouts, the everything, like none of it matters. Because we don't know with how the Eastern Conference is, like we don't know. You know what I mean? Like Boston could be back. Cleveland's still decent. You know, Detroit's up and coming. Like the window on the Eastern Conference is very small. Like obviously we're still going to always be a top probably 3 team in the East if we stay as we are, pending, you know, injuries and different stuff like that. But like our time is now. Like we have to win now. Where the Spurs literally have house money on them, and if they lose, they lose. It doesn't matter. So, with that being said, you know, people joke about the Villanova Knicks, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges. You know, the Villanova logo is a V. Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5.
All right. Looking fine. Once again, congratulations to the Knicks and the Spurs. Enjoy my crazy intro that I always do every year. Paul didn't get a chance to listen to it yet, but it's a doozy. Had fun doing that, editing that. Use some AI chat GPT to set up the lit logo I sent him earlier with the Knicks and the Spurs back there. So we bonding. I did that from chat GPT Copilot, so don't sue me. That's what they gave me. That's what I asked for. Now, man, NBA's fun, should be fun. So we're going to get a little bit about the Cavaliers. We have a little bit of time here. The Cavaliers, what's next for them? I know for them, James Harden said he's willing to renegotiate his contract and come back a little bit. Now there's been rumors about Evan Mobley potentially available for the Giannis, but then Kobe Altman, their GM, is like, and I mean, obviously he's going to say this because you're not dumb. They're going to open your hand up like poker here and let you know that, oh, yeah, we're going to trade him. That's just dumb. Just come out and say that. We're not going to trade him. I mean, so that's what he said. But the chance to pair Giannis with Donovan and that kind of clean your defense a little bit. And here's the thing, and you kind of, before I get this to Paul, I feel like, and you watched this series against them, the Cavs are big in the front line. And that's only just at the center and far, the forward position. But they're small everywhere else.
Yeah.
They're really small everywhere else. And I feel like y'all took advantage of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, they caused us the most trouble when Jared Allen and Evan Mobley were out there together. And then once they started separating them and kind of running them out there in shifts, like, that's when it just got out of control. Like, because Jared Allen isn't going to guard Cat on the perimeter. Mm-hmm. But, like, Evan Mobley, I feel like the problem with Evan Mobley, if you're Cleveland, I think he might be as good as he's ever going to be. Like, I don't think he's going to get any better. Like, I think the last couple of years, like even part of this season, like, I think that's just what Evan Mobley is.
Yeah. Like,
he's not going to get better if you send him somewhere. So if you trade for Evan Mobley, you're getting a guy who's going to get you, 12 to 14 points and 8 rebounds, maybe a couple blocks.
Right.
He did develop a little bit as a ball handler, so I mean, he can, if depending on what your offense looks like, he can handle the ball, and he's quite a facilitator. But like, that's also just he's just tall and lanky. But I just don't know similar to I don't know what the trade package is for Evan Mobley, because you're not getting a super young guy who is still kind of developing. I think Evan Mobley right now is who he's going to be the rest of his career. So like, you have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's fair. And that's why I think for these teams that are interested for the Giannis sweepstakes, because it seems like Giannis is out there regardless. So I feel like if he goes to the Heat, like, the Heat could be a top 4 team in the East. But is that enough to kind of contend with the Knicks and the Pacers and the Cavs and the Magic get healthy and see what they do, their new coach and stuff like that? Toronto's, Atlanta, like, there's still a lot of
Detroit is. I mean, if you figure out what happened with Jalen Duren, and you can get, and like, again, like, similar. So prime example, right, is like, you look at Evan Mobley, but like, I feel like if they can get some kind of offensive bag on Asar Thompson, if that kid can contribute offensively, mm-hmm. like, that team takes it to a whole other level, because like that you saw it against the Magic. He's almost non-existent on offense unless he's getting an offensive rebound or a fast break, because he leads the league in steals, so he's going to get fast break layups and dunks, but like, zero offense. Like, if he had half the offense his brother has, like, Detroit would be a real problem.
Mid-range. I'm just telling you, the way the NBA is going now, like, yeah, we got 2 teams that are pretty good shooting teams there, but like, the last few years, we're making that shift where you don't need a lot of volume 3. You just need a lot of good defenders, a lot of getting to the line, slowing down the game, get to the free throw line, making free throw shots, pace, and don't turn over the ball. And rebound's been a big part of these 2 team problems there. And that's why I think for this point, like, the shift is there. A lot of these players that sit there like, I got to get the 3 shot. I know, just hit the mid range, bro. Like if I was there, hit a mid range and still be able to do that, and then guess what? His athleticism, that if they come out there and guard you mid range, we'll draw to the basket. Work on your ball handling and be there, because you're right. Because if he's developed that mid-range game and be able to go in that and put the ball on the court and do that with that defense, it'll be insane, man. So, the Cavs got some choices to make, because I was looking at, I had both of this up for the Cavs and Oklahoma City Thunder. They're free agents this year, and I literally just had this up. So Oklahoma. Okay, let's go to the Cavs. So the Cavs free agents is going to be, James Harden, who I already talked about, he's going to going to negotiate, try and make a room and be able to have a Dean Wade, Keon Ellis. It's a decent player. He's going to find some spot here. So they had to make some choices here. The Thunder is interesting. Isaiah Hartenstein, Lou Dort, I don't think he'll be there. I feel like Lou Dort's going to be in, like, and I call this already, he's going to be in Detroit or he's going to play for Miami. He just seemed like those fit right up their alley. I don't think he'll be back because of Casey Wallace's development. And then you look at A.J. Mitchell. There's no need to really sign Dort back. So they can make some choices there. Isaiah Hartenstein's an interesting one. I wonder where he's going to go. But
did they give him a lot of money like 2 years ago?
29.
He's getting like almost $30 million a year.
Yeah, he's getting paid very well. So yeah, the off season for these two teams gonna be fun. So, Cavaliers and the Thunder, come join me in Cancun. I got a drink waiting for you, Asher. I have not been drinking for a month, so I have a drink waiting for you while I drink my Shirley Temple. I've been off the juice for almost a month. So, yeah.
It just takes basketball to be over for you, huh? Season ends and
hey, my liver thanks me. The Magic had hired on, so we made a hire. I know we talked about Sean Sweeney. Aside to have him, looks shocked that Orlando didn't go with experience, but they believe this guy is the real deal. And then I look at just kind of examples, Paul. I look at Mark Daigneault, who was an assistant and got promoted, and then Joe Mazzulla, with a team that's pretty much ready to make the leap if they have the right pieces there. But Orlando got the right pieces there. One, health is a thing, and two, they just got to get a couple things shored up. But I'm happy.
Y'all need to hire a new strength and conditioning coach, which y'all need to hire.
Well, the beautiful thing about when Mose got let go, so the strength and conditioning coaches, they got let go as well too. So new roster and everything. So it's going to be easy. So he's coaching in the NBA Finals. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen here as far as who he's going to get in the staff. I'm hoping that he add Rashard Lewis, who is a player development coach for the Spurs. It'd be cool to have Rashard Lou back in the I'm hearing number of good things around the coaching circles. I just hope this ain't. We hired a Spurs assistant before in Jack Vaughn. That didn't turn out very well, but interesting to see him get a shot. He's got a lot of defensive principle that I like. Like I said, he does the switching that Mose does. Just trying to see what his offense is going to be like, because our offense was pretty much dreadful. So seeing Mo's press conference with the Pelicans, he said the same thing that he was in Orlando, and it was the same thing about offense. Like, we're just going to defend, we're going to defend. Okay, what about offense? What you going to run? Yeah, we're going to defend, we're going to defend. So, I don't know. But no, I'm excited there for that. We can end this show here with a bit of football news. Myles Garrett, huh? Myles Garrett, huh?
I didn't find out until like 2 hours ago, bro. I thought it was just a meme.
Bro, I was messing with you, talking about you living on a rock.
Bro, I woke up today and I was just, hanging out with my day off, whatever, and my phone went off that the Odell Beckham was on the New York Giants. I didn't know what year it was. You know what I mean? I don't know where we're at. Odell Beckham's a Giant. The Knicks are in the NBA Finals. Bro, I don't know. I thought I woke up in some kind of alternate dimension. Like, so then
the Myles Garrett trade happened, and then there you go. So he goes to the Rams. The Browns received Jared Verse, which is a fantastic player. A 27 first-round pick and a 2028 second and a 29 third-round draft pick. So get some assets. Myles Garrett did get to get paid and get to contend for a title. So apparently you can have your cake and eat ice cream too. Because everybody was talking about, I want to win. But then you took that big contract and handicapping the Browns. So what you think, man? Because this definitely put them in contention stratosphere. This is a big deal for the Rams. The Rams was already close enough to getting there, but their division is insanely competitive. The Seahawks is a very good team. They won Super Bowl. Then you got the Rams in there. Then so the team I'm blanking on it. Definitely in the Cardinals, but their division is tough.
It's just another one of them. Just another one of them. Fuck them picks scenarios, bro. Just fuck them picks. Put some more pieces around Matt Stafford and try to get him one more Super Bowl before he's done. Guy deserves it.
Do that tell you that? Well, close. Well, Matt Stafford's probably retiring, but I don't think you think Sean McVay is almost done as a coach. He's probably just gonna hang it up too.
I don't know, bro. He wasn't very happy about that draft pick. I tell you that much.
I know. So I would just wonder, like, man. So here's the thing. They go veteran, a superstar in the defensive end with Myles Garrett. So that's so fun pickup. And then, like you say, you're the AJ Brown. The trade finally happened. I know there's a lot of talk. Diana Rossini already kind of broke that news.
Of course,
we already kind of knew. We knew of that, But AJ Brown is now going back to play with his former coach. Thoughts about AJ Brown going to the Pats?
I mean, we all knew it was happening. You know what I mean? Fuck Philly.
We already had to skip.
Yeah, fuck Philly. It'll be all right. He wanted to go play with a quarterback who could actually throw the ball. That's what happened.
That's
what it is.
Hey,
he wanted to go with somebody that has an arm.
Hey, there you go. All right, man. Well, hey, man, that should do it for us. Let me pull up my notes here. Make sure you guys stay tuned. Me and Paul would definitely get back at it with the NBA Finals. Like I said, it's going to be pretty much a 2-week adventure. If we feel like it's going to go that route, but so just stay tuned with us. We'll get some clips out. I know the summer is always kind of like after that gets a little dull, but NBA draft, we come right up after that. And I ain't talking World Cup. I go watch them. I don't know what that's about.
Who has the NBA Finals? Is it ESPN, ABC?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. NBA.
You never know. You never fucking know anymore.
Yep. I do want to just before we go. Mike Breen, is he gonna be able to contain himself?
No. Bro, I saw an interview with him like earlier today, man. That dude, he almost tears up thinking about calling Knicks games, bro, in the NBA Finals. Wow. Like, it's nuts. He's spent half his life calling Knicks games, bro. And here it is.
Pretty sure it's different, man. So, Paul, give me your socials.
Yeah, man. At the _Paul_Mac on X and the Paul Mac 520 on Instagram.
All right, you find me at N-CP on that's Twitter, where we call it nowadays. The podcast is also going to be at BOC Podcast on X. Also Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You can find us at that handle, BIOC Podcast. And then for Facebook, just type in Balls Not Court Podcast there. Then just make sure, just tap in, just lean with us. We're usually going to be on radio.fm, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitch Out, wherever you heard the podcast before. Just go and support us there. Once again, appreciate you guys being patient, listening to us. Paul was a busy man last month, him and the missus' birthday, and then the Knicks in there. So all fun times for Mr. Mac over here. He's living good life over here.
hopefully in the next 2 weeks, the party don't stop, bro.
Absolutely. So, all right, guys, we'll sign off. Speaking with Paul, Matt, it's Cortez, Paul, Boss Podcast.
Round ball rock, baby.